Oshkosh.
Playing
Round.
Hi, it's Carrie again, and welcome back to the final episode of Behind the Scenes Look at Curtains. Today we're going to talk about the night of the performance, what the actors were feeling, how they got ready, and the public response. But first, let's take a quick look at the past several months and how we got ready.
This episode is brought to you in part by the Electric Lounge, a great local place for family and friends to hang out.
Oh, honey, I love to play. I once was the littlest Christmas tree.
Well, yeah, but we're on our honeymoon. You like this place more than you...
Whew, performance night. Well, I have to say I was a little nervous. We didn't have our tech week where we were going to have the show, so we had to wake up very early, but the actors pulled together, husbands of the actors came and helped out, and we moved all of the sets from where we had tech week to the Electric Lounge where we had the show early. I mean, it was probably 8 o'clock in the morning, and so when we got there, we actually had to set everything up, which again, everyone pulled together, so we set everything up. We ran the sound and lights for the first time that morning. I have to say, after the run-through that morning, I felt very good about that night because everyone just pulled together. We had the lights, the sound. I mean, we had a show. After everything was all set up, we actually had, believe it or not, a little bit of time to go back and rest, which is very key to actors and performing. You have to get some rest in there. So we all came back at 6 o'clock. Call was at 6 o'clock that night, and we got our hair and makeup done. Most actors knew how to do their makeup and hair. We did actually have a lady come in and do our hair for us, which was very helpful in getting into the character. Everyone got in costume, and a lot of times we will read our lines and even run through with other actors that we have lines with before the show. I know myself, I like to run lines and go through them in my head just to make sure, but then there comes a point where you just kind of have to not, because the more you think about it, it gets a little more stressful. At least I at some point have to stop running lines. About 45 minutes before the show, we actually collect everyone into what's called a green room, where everyone meets and gathers and kind of does one more hurrah before the show. It's where the directors will thank the actors. It's just kind of that last pull together before the show. And after that, then you're on your own.
Make sure, like, if I do get too close to you, just kind of step back. Okay, so this is tulip, hyacinth, and rose. There. Okay.
I have to say that after the performance, I was blown away by everyone in the cast. It was absolutely our best performance. And a lot of times they say if your dress rehearsal is bad, your performance is great. And in this case, it was true. The dress rehearsal did not go as well, but that night, it was phenomenal. I felt so good and so proud of the cast and the show and everyone who helped get everything together that I couldn't have asked for a better night. And the people who came to see the show, we had an outstanding response from the people. They loved the idea of sitting down at tables and having little appetizers or finger foods and eating while watching a show. Then they could get up and get a drink as well. And then we had an auction items, and all of our auction items sold, which is a very good thing, because a lot of times you don't know if everything's going to sell, but they did. And then we had some door prizes and raffle items, and it just was a fun night, and people enjoyed that. People, Oshkosh needs something like that, and so I was very happy and proud to bring something like that to the city.
She played Cinderella in a musical. She's very...
With the overwhelming response we had, we now have fulfilled our vision. We now are able, we have a community theater here in Oshkosh, a new spin on theater. And we know that Oshkosh Playing Round is going to do great things.
My theater! It's my theater, and don't you forget it!
From the entire cast of Curtains, thanks for watching and for your support, and keep your eyes out on Facebook for upcoming events. Thanks again.